December 29th, 2023. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. And what are we going to talk about? Kansas City, Independence, Missouri. We're going to talk about crime. We're going to talk about drugs. And maybe even a little bit about the homeless. So let's get started. Last night, there was a lot of activity going up and down here on East 47th Street South here in Independence. Now, we have cars go up and down all the time, but between like Monday night and Thursday night, after midnight, there's not a whole lot of activity. We get an occasional car going up and down. But last night, it was really busy, really busy. Within about an hour's time from midnight to 1 a.m., there was over 56 cars that went up and down. And some of these cars look like they were, probably going somewhere and then coming back. Now, there isn't, think about this. What's open that late? Maybe a convenience store or something, but they're doing other things. They're dealing drugs. They're moving stuff back and forth. And I'm going to show some of this stuff. And some of the vehicles going up and down, running without their lights on, so you can't try to track them. I'm going to show that. And old habits die hard for all these ones that deal with drugs, because they just keep doing it in the same area. Well, now, I've posted and shown this for the last several years. In different locations, and they're still in the same locations. It seems like they should be able to get some of these people that are in these areas that's running this. And it's just kind of strange. Now, Independence has been out lately, and they have been running back and forth here more, getting some of them. But some of these, in these locations, they need some more like detectives in there, some narcotic agents. There's a lot more stuff going on, guys. A lot more stuff going on. 7-Eleven's a hotbed up there for dealing between the bikers and the rest, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on. They're not always on motorcycles, they're in vehicles too. And this morning early, that outer pump, boy, that outer pump is like over there by the dumpster. It just, you just can't get away from that stuff. There was a vehicle I noticed over there. I've seen it at the bars here, at certain ones where they deal with stuff. I've also, like I say, but I was waiting to see how long this thing sat there. So I made a few passes around this morning over by Cosatinos, drove around and back, and finally they got some jumper cables out, going to try to act like they jump started. Well, maybe it was broke down, but even so, this vehicle is a known deal that sets in the vacant parking lots, that set in these bars, and stuff goes on where they're dealing. So it's something that they need to be aware of. But that outer pump over there is always, it's just like a red light district. It's like, we're open for business. Interesting. I'm going to show that this morning too. And then I'm going to show, up between O'Reilly's Automotive and that thrift store up there, there was a lot of stuff that was going on, drug dealing about over in that area too. And some of the bikers were dealing, whether they were on their motorcycles or their other vehicles. I'll go back and show one of the videos that I made way back where this guy was up there and he was a biker and stuff. And it wasn't all on the up and up and up, because that was also where the homeless was going back up in the woods, where they caught the deal on fire, and then the fire department was up there, and just on and on and on and on here in Kansas City and Independence, Missouri. But last night, 56 vehicles between midnight and 1 a.m. went up and down this street. And I'm going to show some of these vehicles. There was one at the very end, I believe it was a police car that actually did go down. And then it was real kind of funny, because about a few minutes later, there was a car went down there, down 47th Street after the police car went down. It must have went down 80 miles an hour down 47th Street here. I'm going to show that too. So hold on. Okay, guys, so let's get with it here. These are the times on my, basically I run a VCR, I run SD cards, I run all different kinds of cameras and stuff. It's out in front of my house here for security. Started a little after 1 minute after midnight, but this was 11 minutes and 30 seconds into that after midnight. There was a car. It went down the street. That's what the D stands for, because it was going down the street, and it was dark. It was completely dark. About 10 minutes later, it goes back up. It does have its headlights on though, but like I say, it's got its tail lights off then. Well, I mean, everybody's got working buttons to turn their tail lights off and have their headlights on or have them all off. Isn't that interesting, guys? And like I say, then I'll show a couple other ones here. But some of these vehicles that I track through here are going up and down the street. They're gone from either 5, 10 minutes, back up and down, up and down, up and down. Well, what are they doing? Especially from midnight till morning. It can't be good. So hold on. Okay, guys. We're going to start now here. I'm going to start this. And I'm going to get the player going here. So hold on. And it's going to work right around 33 here. Here it comes. No lights. This is after midnight. No tail lights, no headlights. Let's see if I go back one more time here. Do this one more time, guys. Well, there it is right there. No lights, no headlights, no tail lights. And it's about 11 minutes after midnight. Gonna make a 10-minute run and be back up. And this goes on all night long from 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. I want to show that. So now hold on. Okay, guys, we're at, let's see, man, look at this book here. It's at a 21:12. It's going up now. And I'm going to hit the play button here. I want you guys to see that. I froze it. So hold on just a second. I'll make sure I hit the right button. There it goes. There it shows the time too. And this goes on all night long. Now hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now I'm going to show that police cruiser goes down here. That goes Independence now, which is a good thing. Now, hold on. Okay, guys, now I'm going to show, this is just a couple minutes after, about 4 minutes after the police vehicle went down, cruiser. I want you to watch this. Don't blink, because you blink, you're going to miss it. Hold on, here it comes. Like I say, it's doing 80 miles an hour down 47th Street here. Hold on. Try to do it one more time so you guys can see how quick this was. So right here at the end. That's fast. Okay, guys. I'll just jump right into this for a second, and I'll try to show it the other part later here. But this is up here by O'Reilly's. And off to the side over here, there's a pickup truck. Now, the pickup truck on the side windows all busted out. Like I said, it looks almost like one of those homeless vehicles that you see up there that they're living out of. Windows busted out and stuff. But on the back of this is a nice, pretty Volkswagen. Now, I thought for just a real kick, real quick. Just an average antique like that, like that's a 74 there, would go for probably $22,974. And there's somebody who was sitting in this vehicle. Now you got to understand, you know, when I went down to Doc Holidays, there was a lot of stuff that was going on. A lot of drugs were being passed, and they were bringing them up. Also, like I say, both of those bars down there, like I say, a lot of drugs come into Kansas City from down there. And one of the guys that was running at that time when Doc Holiday's was open, he liked antiques. He liked antique vehicles. He had a couple of like a Model T or Model A, like truck or whatever. But they also had over $100,000 Dragster Harley Davidsons down there. You know, when you got all that big money for the cocaine stuff, you got that big money for the toys too. And this location here is a hot spot. They like to go back behind here, back behind this building even. And there's a lot of drugs that go on down over there. But I'm going to show also 7-Eleven at Smartell. I want to show this vehicle. And we're going to get on with it here, so hold on. Oh yeah, one other quick note, guys. I forgot to talk about this. You know, up here top of the hill up here. Now, this is Independence. This is before you cross in on the state line of Kansas City there. You know, there was a lot of stuff that's been, these houses up there, some of them are like duplexes. They rent them out and stuff. There's been a lot of different things that have happened up there. Kansas City, Missouri's even picked some guys up, had them handcuffed up there and stuff. But this was also where there was a couch that was out there for almost a year here in Independence. Now, they finally got them to remove that stuff. But a lot of weird activity goes on over in these duplexes. And this is Independence. Actually, if you look at the line, even at the top of the hill where that massage parlor that they put in up there, that shows it on the line in between Independence. Now, as you cross up here, there is a sign that says entering Kansas City, but this here is supposed to be considered Independence. So I don't know. And there was a lot of other stuff. I seen like this one of the duplexes here had a massive amount of car parts in the garage. I mean, like new car parts. So it's something to think about here in Independence. But let's get on with it. Okay, guys. Now what I'm going to show here is when I went out 40 Highway this morning, Independence was actually getting some of the ones with no tags or temp tags or whatever else. And that's what you can see flashing up ahead off to that right off over here. Let's see here. Wanted to show that, which is a good thing because there's a lot of traffic. It's going up and down here in 40 Highway. A lot of drug dealing, a lot of stuff going on here, guys. So hold on. Okay, guys, so I'm going to turn here real quick first. Go down the old side road and see what's going on. And everything looks pretty much like it's all kosher and stuff, but it's not because there's a vehicle sitting back there. Now, over there, it's pitch black, but that ain't going to help. Hold on. Okay, guys, what I did, I enhanced it with the light, but what you can see right here, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, there's a vehicle sitting over there. And it was a silver vehicle, silver car that was sitting in the dark. So they're still doing their thing. So hold on. So now we're back here again to where O'Reilly's is. Now I'm going to show further on down here and a little bit better images of all this. So hold on. Okay, guys. And this outer pump is notorious for where they deal their stuff. Sometimes they'll pull, I've showed other vehicles where from 1, 2, 3 they'll sit here and they'll open the doors and they'll be in between. But most of this outer pump has always been their favorite spot. So hold on and see what, see on the indicator, my times are not always right. And that's not correct, but we'll say it's at 7:51. So we'll just see how long this thing's set there. So hold on. 7:53. And another thing caught me about this guy, because the way a lot of the bikers, a lot of them were like stocking caps. And this vehicle here, like I say, hold on. One other quick note. This, over off here to Big Boys, I've seen this vehicle come off back behind here at Big Boys before, and very late. Now, the only reason I'm making a comment about this is the gentleman that was in this, because I figured it might have been a cook or somebody going in, because a lot of places have to get their cooks in early in the mornings. You know, some of them have to go in 3, 4 a.m. get stuff going. But I mean, I don't know about like Big Boy's restaurant, but the thing of it is, this guy, he had a yellow like jacket on, not jacket I should say, but like if you were out on a road crew or something. And I guess that kind of caught my eye. I thought, well, I wonder if he's actually, because I have seen this van come across real late at night over here before. So I don't know if it's somebody that actually works there, or like I say, I've actually caught vehicles on this back side over here crossing over back and forth from 7-Eleven. Like I say, this gentleman might work there, he might not. But I wanted to make a note of that, something else that Independence should be looking at here. Hold on, guys. Look at the time deal. Now we're at 7:56. It's still sitting there. So hold on. Okay, guys. So I looped around a couple times by Costino's and I come back up. And by that time, this vehicle that was sitting in the dark, that looked like nobody was in it, there was somebody in it. And like I say, this here was all busted out. On the side here was all busted out. But this VW here, it looked like it was, I mean, it's completely restored. I mean, like what I showed, you know, you're talking at least a good 22,000 or better probably, you know, if it's, you know, all original and stuff and they've redone it. But this is also a location where they deal drugs. And it makes a deal to where, you know, you can, if you got so many guys working for you, and there's a lot down there, you can position your men just like a strategic military deal, and just let them sit there, and one can cover the other one. Like I say, some of these actually used to set across even over there at that from 7-Eleven to that dental place across the street on 40 Highway there. So I don't know. I mean, maybe this was nothing, but the problem with this are these locations, and many times I've caught them, like I say, dealing drugs hand to hand across there and stuff. So that's the only thing. And in the, you know, that's what makes it even more suspicious in these locations right here. So hold on. And Independence had another cruiser over here too this morning too, sitting here across the way. They had actually caught somebody down here, another vehicle too. So hold on, guys. All right, guys. Now the time is setting at 8:05. The vehicle pulled up, like I said, and tried to start it. Supposedly, I don't know, but it didn't. It didn't get it started. So I don't know, and it was still sitting there after the last pass I made. So even, you know, the thing of this is, even if you were dealing and you knew that you had a car, I mean, they got a lot of these car dealing places are also, like I say, they deal drugs on the side. It'd be easy enough to have a vehicle that had a half dead battery. You could pull it up there. You got a legit deal. Say, well, I got a dead battery. I mean, but the problem with this is, like I say, is this pump here? And then how long would it be? I mean, let's look at it this way. If you were actually going, if you know it was legit, why wouldn't you? If you could get started, why wouldn't you get it towed off? I mean, did they get it towed off? I can't tell you that for sure, but I don't know. And for this pump, because like I say, the bikers said here, they'd sit here with their bikes for 2, 3 hours, and I've showed videos actually where they'd sit there that long, and then they started using a pickup truck. Biker in a pickup truck. He was in his pickup truck sitting there. So this is something I would still say is a big red flag. And, you know, to anybody else, it'd be like, oh, it's probably nothing. Yeah, I don't know if it's not just nothing. Because there's a lot goes on here, guys. So hold on. All right, guys. We'll go to wrap this up. But like I say, car was still sitting there. I don't know. Very strange. And then supposedly the guy that went jump started, he left. I don't know. Seemed kind of weird to me on all that. So hold on. Oh yeah, guys, I found that. I wanted to show that one more time here. And this was one of the biker guys that was hanging between O'Reilly's and that thrift store up there. I'm sure it was all on the up and up. Yeah, that looking good, guys. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm back. Like I say, we're going to wrap this up here, but I don't know. But for Thursday night last night, almost 1 car per minute was just a little weird. Very strange. Especially, like I say, when they're making trips up and down, and some of them are the same vehicles. Like I say, I got it recorded. I can back up what I say. And I don't know, that 7-Eleven, it's a hot cake up there. I mean, boy, it is, isn't it? And then, like I said, I wanted to see if that Gorman's parking lot is still sliding over in the dark over there. There's a silver car over there. Toys R Us still got a whole bunch of those homeless vehicles sitting there, too. They're still letting them live there. Why, I don't know. I mean, you would think they would either get them to a location or they could, either help them, because they're not going to do anything else with them. I mean, if they're not going to help them, well, what are they going to do? What are those people going to do? I don't know. I mean, if they're sitting there, they're doing their drugs. Like I said, that one vehicle, they had their lighters and their burners and stuff out, and their weed. But weed's legal. But how about the fentanyl? How about the meth? That's not legal. So, but I mean, what kills me is they're just letting them sit there. I mean, if they're not getting help and they're not making any progress, they've been sitting up there for now, I know, at least a good 2 months now. So, where does that go? Like I say, almost some of this stuff is like a strategic deal. Because like some of these places, some of these locations where they deal the drugs are the spots. And if you want to knock that stuff out, then you get rid of those spots. So you don't have that no more. Sure, they're liable to go somewhere else and push somewhere else up, but then that somebody else might see them doing that, and they might not get to be able to do that too long if they have to leave one area to another area. So anyway, guys, keep your eyes open. This is Kansas City. This is Independence, Missouri. Stay safe out there.